So welcome everybody. So we're going to talk about this metric that matters, NDR or NRR. We're going to talk about key strategies to go increase our net revenue retention or our net dollar retention. It's a buzz everywhere. In fact, I think Gainsight created an NDR TV show. So we're going to dive into it and we're just going to have a good session like we always do. I'm going to pull it over to our track chair, our fearless leader, Dave Kocher, and he's Vice President of Customer Success at Metadata Solutions. A wonderful person, very thought-provoking, and he's going to lead us through our session today.
Thanks, Chad. Great to be here. Excited to see you all. Some new faces, some existing faces.
Okay, let's just get right into it. Like, one thing that is always helpful is companies have very different definitions of what net revenue retention or net dollar retention look like. The definition is basically, again, not rocket science, not surprising to most of you, but it's basically revenue at the start. So start with the same cohort of customers at the beginning of the year. All the upgrades that cohort sees, downgrades that cohort sees, and churn that cohort sees, divided by the revenue at the start.
Let's stick with the science theme here. We'll pull up the next poll, give you all a chance to identify those things that you would put at the top of your list for way to grow NRR. Here we go, value-based selling. So we had an alignment between the read on the slide and then what's here with it at the top of the list. Secondarily, driving product adoption.
We've obviously partnered with ecosystem at Athena Health, Autodesk, G Digital, bunch of other customers where now as part of the customer 360 within Gainsight, we can track what that value delivery looks like using ecosystem.
We've been really fortunate to be able to kind of combine a lot of work that went in from the Delphix side to initially to Salesforce and then to Gainsight for many years. And Delphix was already a pretty hardcore Gainsight user. Actually getting the power of the ecosystems platform into not only the hands of our own CSMs and our own teams, but also our customers too.
I see you have positive business outcomes. It looks like where you're capturing them is Salesforce.
Yeah.
Is that your sales team that is capturing them, the CS team, or both? And then are you tying those into Gainsight to track?
Chad's heard me say this a few times. Ashvin probably has too. Like we did the chew through the concrete, right? We figured out like what the Bible really needs to look like, what those PBOs look like, what did we really impact and affect, and then what was the metric we were going to measure by, and we show up with that to the customer.
Yeah, this is phenomenal. I might be inviting you to a couple lunches, Alex. This is great.
I love lunches.
I'd love to hear from you. What did you all take from the call today? What are you going to think about doing differently this week, this month, this year?
Two things. One, great stuff, guys. Really appreciate the discussion and thought leadership here. I think the other thing, just validating, and James Kistler from Sumo is also on the phone. He and I are partners in crime and really driving the business value from SIP, or what we call Sales Intelligence Portal, into the post-sales experience.
The beginning, Chad, you introduced it by saying we're all sort of in that messy middle, and we're getting to hear people that are pulling ahead and sharing. So with that, thanks everybody.